Hi everyone, today I want to share my project, which is Revitalizing Tanjong Pagar culture as currency in shaping the historic district. Do you ever remember a place not because of how it looked, but because of how they bring people together? This was a question that started everything for me. So as a foreigner who first came to study at an unfamiliar country, I started to think about the concept of home. And it occurred to me that in my country, Taiwan, there are also lots of migrant workers. And how do they feel to belong to the society? Often, it is not a fixed space, but a shared experience. A time that we celebrate the same festival and culture together that make us feel the sense of belongingness. And I start to think, what is the common of all of us? In the Southeast Asia, we can often find the homes in the cracked space and informal spaces. Those are the spaces that people start to gather with each other and we get to know each other. Out of curiosity, I have once stepped into an Indian rituals when I was in Singapore. At that moment, I felt also a little bit scared and a little bit excited because I'm so unfamiliar with that culture. So it comes to me that in the 21st century, how can we get to understand each other deeply? Where should we begin to understand? When the walls of the places that people used to gather now remains, but the local peoples has gone, then what is the essence of the heritage now in the city? So, So the places that impact me the most is the Tanjong Pagar at Singapore, which is the most developed city and has the shows the nowadays metropolis and situated at the unique intersections of Singapore's culture and urban evolution. Consists of 75% of Chinese, 20% of Malay, and 5% of Indian. It is a place that's full of multicultural. And it was once a fishing village, then become a port, and now it transformed into a financial district. The transformation of this place is not only spatial, but deeply social. This is a district rich in trade, migration, and transformation. Then I began to look at the voids and the edges within the Tanjong Pagar area and found the cracks between the country and found the opportunities, which I named it a new urban void. So in this project, I want to propose a new typology for the social unity and the living essence of heritage. I will begin to explore my projects through spaces and the structure and about the program. So first is how I explore my design space in this progress. First, I'm learning and activating from the informal microsites that people used to gather in the society. As Henry the Brief says that the city is made up of rhythms, of people, of objects, of spaces. Therefore, I use rhythm analysis to look at the voids and the cracks inside this society, and I found some conflicting rhythm that the migrant workers and the locals, they tend to stay at the places that is informal and is unpolished, which is like the places between the back alley or under the HDB's building. And they often build up their own soft shelter there. So the contrast between the soft shelter and the hard shelter has inspired my investigation into how the flexibility and human scale can reapproach our means to architecture. Especially when the Tanjong Pagar is a place full of contrast, from the tallest building in Singapore to the smallest traditional building of Trust Street. So the second is about the structure. As a foreigner looking at the Tanjong Pagar urban evolution, I found a strong tendency toward eliminating the randomness. But while we remain the wall of the city and building up a strong city image, but we can find out that the locals and the urban force has been losing in this evolution. So how can we regenerate the old building? I propose that by activating different layers of the buildings, we can open up new opportunities for the locals and the different people around the world. Last but not least is about the program. So this one is the DNA of my design, which is the different festivals of different ethnic groups, people around the world. And by carefully tackling the space quality and the common material that used in those festivals, we can create a space that people can celebrate their festival at the same time, at the same place, and we get to know each other deeply. So in the 21st century, how can we get to know each other? I think only by truly knowing each other and fostering the same social unity, and by sharing the same value of the society, and then we can let the architecture link the past and the future of the city. So I think in the 21st century, we need urban surgery to propose a new typology as a culture catalyst. This is not just a building, this is a shared future. So let me introduce my design. My design located at the three sides from the axis of the Tanjong Pagar area. By layering out different volumes of spaces and activating on and within and layer the structure, we can create a culture catalyst that creates opportunities and chance for different cultures of people. So my first site is the Fairfield Methodist Church. This church was once a cinema full of people, but then it became a church which is now very enclosed and detached from the society. Inspired by the archigram's concept of the event city, I proposed a different temporality structure above the chapel and to create and work as a cultural catalyst to let people to move in. This is not just a monument. This is the places that people can gather and to have workshop, performances, and enjoy their everyday life rituals. As you can see, this is the section of the design. This is by learning and activating the soft shelter that migrant workers used to create, and all the voice and the volume interact with each other in this building, and to create a space that people can come. So this is the evolution view of my design. I introduced 3 ways that people can go inside and to experience this building. You may notice that along the experience, these are the little voids within every spaces. So imagine a place where the city pulses. These are the little voids inserted into the existing city landscape, where people have the time to escape from the rush of the society and to have a place to rest in solitude. The voice, every voice is a little window into a different culture. Inside the voice, there are lanterns and lots of embedded projected history that people can learn and study from other culture. And after that, they'll go to their festival spaces and to share their festivals and their cultures with others. So imagine a building where Holi, Songkran, or Chinese Mid-Autumn Festival, or even AYDA Singapore can happen in the same building. So So this is a multicultural gathering devices that gather people. Like the water be used in the dyeing workshop can also be used in the Songkran festival. By using the common and the same material and to tackling with the space quality, we can create the spaces that engage people to come in and to embrace the unplanned events to happen. So when the holidays happens, these temporary skins will be act on, and then the powders of holy will become an art and of these little skins, and it can also be interact with the exhibition and interact with AYDA Singapore, that the people can be part of the participation of the artwork. So this is the plan of the fifth floor. As you can see around the central voids, there are little exhibition places where the festival can be shown. And also, there are small libraries where people can rest in this area. And also here is the capsule hotel for the foreigners who first came into Singapore and wants to know each other's culture. They can stay in this place. And at the sixth floor, you can see the pottery workshop and the dyeing workshop, which is for the sharing for the craftsmanship of the traditional in Singapore. And also the final project of the workshop can be also exist in the exhibition. So from the experiential field, people walk in and flow in and out of this cultural catalyst. And the three concepts guide this design, which is the scatter exhibition, the community, and the festivals. After all, this is the glimpse of the future. This is a shared future where people can host unplanned events, and people can come in to share their same culture and festival at the same place at the same time spontaneously. If people want to get married in the central void, they can. If people want to host some flea market in the central market, they can also too. And the side two is the Tanjong Pagar Shop House Alley, which is once full of people, but now they are polished for the tourists, and the local force has gone. I then invented a small auditorium for the local voice. At this view, you can see how people flow in, and then this is the view when people can go through the urban corridor. And this is not just a place for preserving the history, but also become an urban pulsing machine for a city that can reconnect the rituals like people want shares, like creating a festival, cooking, or chatting in the spaces. The third place is the Yankee Playfield, which is one full of joyfulness and family in this swimming complex. But now it is removing the randomness and become empty by only the grass and the tallest HDB like the Pinnacle Duxton in the Singapore. So in spite of activating the upper layer, I introduced exhibition and workshop spaces and markets beneath the area. And this is the section where people can have their memory of the water again. Not only from spatial, but also emotional, and which creates a big contrast between the upper noise society and the lowered is a place that people can have reflection. So last but not least, this is the cultural catalyst. It's a new typology in 21st century. I think that every country should have one, because in this century, we are detaching from other people. If there is a machine that we can truly understand each other's culture, then we can foster the social unity and have the same essence of the living heritage. Thank you. This is my presentation.